So very good morning students, welcome back to second year physics. In second year physics, actually we started in the previous class current electricity. In that current electricity, about a current definition, and we did problems also based on the current, electric current. So now we'll move to the next topic that is about a current density. So the current density is nothing but a J bar. In this current density, J bar is nothing but a vector. Sir, what is actually statement for the current density? Suppose let you take a one conductor. Area of the conductor is, you say, A or S, right? Therefore, there will be a current flow through the conductor. So that current flow is nothing but a what? That means nothing but a charges are moving. Charges are moving from one end of the conductor to another end of the conductor through the area. Therefore, you take a one small area, there will be a current flowing, and there is a vector, that is a ds bar is the vector. It is making an angle theta, right? Therefore, the current density is nothing but it is the current per unit area of a cross section. Current per unit area of a cross section, or we can also say di by ds bar. See, thing is, here it is the current density is a vector. You remember everyone, it is a vector. It is a vector. Therefore, J bar is equal to di by ds. So, di or ds bar, J bar dot ds bar is equal to di, we can say. Now, let us coming to the point is, in this case, di by ds, nothing but a current per unit area of a cross section. In this ds bar and I are at an angle theta, because ds bar is a vector and which making an angle theta with the direction of current. And you remember, current and current densities are in the same direction. That is a one point. J bar and I are in the same direction, which is very, very important. Same direction it is, which are in the same direction. Current and J are in the same direction, or we can say J bar and I in the same direction. Let us here J bar dot ds bar is nothing but a di. Therefore, di is nothing but a j ds cos theta, we can. This is about we can say about a current. Current is equal to j ds cos theta, because J bar dot ds bar, dot product of any two vector is a scalar. Of course, current is a scalar. In the previous class also I told you very clear, current is a scalar. So that J dot ds is equal to di. Current is a scalar. But whereas the J is the nothing but a vector. Now we can also take like this. Here ds bar can be resolved into two components, ds cos theta. So J bar ds bar cos theta is equal to I, we can say. So this is about a current density. And what about the units? Yes, we'll move to the units is for current density. Here current per unit area, no? So that it is ampere per meter it is. And dimensional formula DMF, we can say like this. I we know, and area is nothing but L square. So that it is meter square, no? I L power minus 2. So which is related to what it is about a current density units and dimensional formula. So that J bar, it is a J bar is nothing but a current per unit area of a cross section, or it is di by ds bar, which we can say current density relation. Clear? Now coming to the point is, in this current density, again we have other relations also. We'll look into the other relations. Suppose I want to say one, in case of this area of a conductor, let us you take a one conductor to be like this. If I give a conductor like this, see, there is an area is A1 and it is an area is A2. So suppose the current and current densities are in the same direction, no? Therefore flows through the other end also. Suppose here we can also say J directly or inversely proportional to A. Nothing but if area increases, because here you observe these two ends, this is a small area and is a little larger area. So that you say A2 greater than A1. Clear? So that when area increases, current density decreases. Suppose through this area you say J2 is the current density, and through this area is J1 is the current density. So when you compare these two areas, let you look into these areas. When area increases, therefore current density decreases. And when area decreases, therefore current density increases. Here it is to be increases and here it is to be decreases. So that here you say J1 is greater than J2 here. whereas the areas are what? A2 is greater than A1 it is. Like that is to be related to the current density is to be like this. Clear no? So it is about a current density and the statement to be like this, it is a current per unit area of a cross section. Current per unit area of a cross section. So here it is I is equal to J bar ds cos theta we can. Right? No. And let us will move to the next one. Right. Coming to the next one. In case of a flow of charge through the metallic conductor, side heading is flow of charge. Charge through metallic conductors. Sir, when there is a flow of charge through the metallic conductors, in general I'll tell you, in general metallic conductors, see the metallic conductors is consist of atoms. See, in a metallic conductors, each atom is having a one free electron. There will be a one free electron is available in each atom. See, the conductors are, it is consist of number of atoms, so that each atom is, there is a one free electron is available. So that use that one free electron. So when there is a free electrons are available, therefore that free electrons are the responsible, to allow the flow of charge or to allow the flow of current, because there are free electrons are there, no? So that the free electrons are the responsible to conduct the conduction, in metallic conductor. That's what it is. Suppose in a bad conductor you take, in a bad conductor there will be no free electrons, because that all electrons are tightly bounded with the nucleus. If it is tightly bounded with the nucleus, there will not be free electrons, so that such a substances does not allow the flow of charge or flow of current. Whereas in case of a metallic conductor or metals, you say metals, in these metals there are a number of free electrons are available, because which are not tightly bounded with the nucleus. Some are bounded with the nucleus, of course, but some are not bounded. That's what I am telling. Each atom is have a front free electron. There will be a one free electron is available in conductors, so that use that metallic use that electrons. Let us you draw a one diagram for the conductors like it is. Clear? So that here you say it is a P and Q. See, there are number of electrons are available, no? And each and area you write a draw like this. You say in this area there is a one free electron, one free electron, one free electron, and other area also there will be a free, because each atom is consist of one free electron. There will be a one available is there, one electron is available, so that at a given a condition, at a given a place, this all electrons are in random motion. Random in the sense is that all move in all directions, not in particular direction. That's what I mean to say. In a random means it is this electron maybe moves, it moves like this direction, and this maybe moves like this, it may move like this, it may be like this, it is like this. So it is in a different directions. See, that electrons are in the different direction because of the thermal condition at a given a place, due to the temperature, at the surrounding temperature, that all electrons are activated. Therefore that electrons is moves in the different directions. There is no particular direction for the electrons. If there is no particular direction, is there any current flow? No, because we know electron must be moved, the stream of electrons must be moved in a particular direction. All should move in a one direction. If all are moving in a one direction, therefore there will be a current flow opposite to the electrons, that we know, because opposite to the flow of electrons only current will move, no? Or the positive charges is move opposite to the electrons. But at a given a place, at the thermal condition, at that given place, due to the temperature effect, therefore that all electrons are in a random motion. If they are in a random motion, therefore there will not be current flow. There will not be current flow, because in the absence of electrical field intensity, what I mean, there will not be applied any electrical field intensity. Is there any applied electrical field intensity? No. Just you take a conductor, suppose it is a conductor. In this conductor, there are a number of free electrons are available, that all electrons are moving in a random direction, which are in the random direction, we can say, that are in the random direction. That means nothing but a what? That all are in a random direction, in the senses that not allows the flow of charge because of electrical field intensity, because we are not at all connected any battery. Now I would like to tell you like this. Now let us will move to the next one. If there is electrical field intensity is applied, you say like this, there will be electrical field intensity applied. Let us you connect one battery of EMF like it is. Positive and negative is to be applied. So when there is a electrical field intensity applied from Q to P, from right to left, because there will be a charges are moving, because it is a positive, no? Of course there will be a positive moves towards the conductor. Therefore, because of the applied electrical field intensity, that all electrons are modified, that all are to be modified, and which moves opposite to the applied electrical field intensity, that all electrons, that stream of electrons which moves opposite to the applied electrical field intensity with particular speed. With particular speed is nothing but we can call as the drift speed. It is very, very important. Drift speed it is. Sir, what is this? Of course, once again I will tell you. Vd we can say, D for drift. See, in the absence of electrical field intensity, once again I am telling you, in the absence of electrical field intensity, all electrons are in the random motion. That are moving, one electron moving like this and it is moving like this, these are not in particular direction. When there is a presence of electrical field intensity, of course we are applying the electrical field intensity because of connecting the battery. Therefore, that applied from Q to P, therefore this all electrons are modified together and drifted. Modified in the sense is drift, variation, initial and after applied. Initial there is no electrical field intensity. Now we are applied electrical field intensity, therefore all electrons are modified. Modified is nothing but a drifted together, and which are moving opposite to the applied electrical field intensity. Of course, field intensity applied from right to left, no, therefore this all electrons are moving opposite to the applied field intensity. Yes, here these are moving like this. Now the stream of electrons are moving in a particular direction, all electrons in the given a conductor which are free. Therefore there will be a speed of the electrons we can call as the drift speed, because all are modified, no, all are modified and which are moving particular speed because of the presence of electrical field intensity. The particular speed is nothing but we can call as the drift speed. For 2 marks it is. Through the length of the conductor you say L, of course. Of course. So that these free electrons are moving, no, from P to Q opposite to the electrical field intensity. Therefore there will be a current direction. The direction of current is opposite to the flow of electrons. Here this is we can say current. I flows opposite to the electrons or current or along the direction of a positive charges, because the positives are moving, no, because the positives are moving opposite to the electrons. So that free electrons are the responsible, that's what I mean to say, that electrons are responsible to conduct the conduction in a given a metallic conductor. In a conductor that are responsible, of course they are allowing the flow of charges now because of the applied electrical field intensity. Before that, before applied, there will be no flow of charge, that are all in the random direction. Because of the applied field, that all electrons are modified and which are moving opposite to the applied field intensity. And you say each electron mass is you say m, and which are accelerating with an acceleration a. Therefore we know F is equal to, it is a ma according to the equation Newton's law of motion, And we know F is equal to EQ. In the last chapter we did this. Now let us apply this, equal this to. Therefore, the acceleration will be EQ by m. Acceleration of the charged particle is equal to, acceleration of the electrons is equal to, A is equal to EQ by m. And one more point I will tell you, the average speed of the electrons in a given metallic conductor. Average speed. So what will be the average speed? See, average speed of the anode average I am telling, that is 10 power minus 4 meter per second. Average speed of the electrons in a given metallic conductor. Average speed in a metallic conductor, average value I am telling, it is 10 power minus 4 meter per second, which is average speed of the electrons in a given metallic conductor. Is it okay now? It is about a drift speed, and it is about a what it is, we can say related to like this. Okay. Clear now? So this is the information related to flow of a charge through a metallic conductor. Now, that I want to tell you, another one is there. That is the relation between drift speed and relaxation time. You look into the relation between drift speed and relaxation time. You're right. Coming to the point is the relation between Vd drift speed and relaxation time. That is, we can say tau. See, nothing but a time. So what is the relation between relaxation time and drift speed is nothing but a, in general we know, according to the acceleration, that is A is equal to velocity by time, right? Instead of taking this velocity, you say drift, and you say relaxation time is t, tau. So there will be Vd is equal to minus A into tau. Sir, why minus? Because the electrons are moving opposite, no? Both are moving accelerating. That charged particles are accelerating opposite to each other. That's what you say negative here. Sir, what is relaxation time? Of course, relaxation time is nothing but this was there in the first year. This is about a what? It related to, we can say, in case of a kinetic theory of gases, KTG. In the first year it is there. Relaxation time is nothing but it is the mean free path to VRMS. Or you remember mean free path? Mean free path, because last year this question was given in the final examination. So mean free path is nothing but a lambda, because the electrons are moving from one end to another end, no? Right? The particles are moving from one end to another end. So the distance traveled, average distance traveled is nothing but we can call mean free path. So that lambda is nothing but we can call as the mean free path. Free path. So that here it is, we can say mean free path like this. So tau is nothing but a lambda by VRMS. VRMS is nothing but a root mean square speed of the electrons. So now we know tau is equal to this, and lambda is nothing but a VRMS. Suppose you write here drift speed is equal to minus A into lambda by VRMS. We can say like this. So this is about a what? We can say about a mean free path, and of course we can also know A is equal to EQ by M also. Here you write first here Vd is equal to minus EQ by M into, it is capital tau. Or you want to write here Vd is equal to, instead of this, minus EQ by M into lambda by VRMS. Like we can say. This is about a relation between what? Drift speed and about this one, right? Clear? So this is relaxation time, the relation between relaxation time and as well as we can say about a what? It is I mean to say drift speed. Clear, no? So this is about a relation. Yeah. So I want to tell you there is another one, the relation between, next relation, which is very very important, the relation between electric current and drift speed, cited as the relation between drift speed you say the relation between electric current and drift speed. So again you take a metallic conductor of length is L and there will be a number of free electrons, right? So each electron that are moving opposite to the applied electrical field intensity. See, you tell me one point, is it all are moving the electrons? No, because which are available only, free electrons are available only that are moving, right, from one end to another end of a conductor. So that we can say there will be number of charge carriers per unit volume. See, because throughout the volume some number of electrons only moving, because which are tightly bounded with the nucleus, so some are tightly bounded with the nucleus, which are available free only that are moving. So that you say number of charge per unit volume, number of charges per unit volume, that you say small n is equal to capital N by V, because the total number capital N, out of capital N there are moving only small n number of charge carriers only. Charge carriers are moving per unit volume throughout the given volume. So that here we know the volume of the conductor, you say volume is equal to A into L, area of the conductor A, length of the conductor is L, and here length is nothing but, actually we know drift speed is equal to, speed is nothing but a length by time. From here we can say L by T, so that here L is nothing but a what we can say V into D. So we can say it is a Vd is equal to L by T, but here we can also write from here L is equal to volume by area. So here you write drift speed is equal to, instead of L, V by A into T, and here T is nothing but a V by A into Vd. V is nothing but a what it is, the V is represented as volume, right? And here we know charges are moving now according to the electric current, it is Q by T, and here Q is nothing but we can say quantization, according to the quantization you say it is N, or you say capital N you take, yes of course you take a capital N, because the capital N number of charges only moving from one end of the conductor to another end, so you say capital N it is. So suppose you write here I is equal to, very simple derivation, it is Ne by T, you say equation 2. Now this one substitute 1 in 2. So I is equal to Ne by T will be volume by A into Vd. Therefore current is equal to Ne capital A Vd by volume. Capital N by V is nothing but a small n. Look at capital N, that is by V is nothing but a small n. Therefore you write here capital I is equal to Ne electrons A into Vd. This is the relation between electric current and drift speed. Simple derivation. Okay, actually in a given a conductor, the conductor length is L, area of cross section A, there are number of charge carriers are moving. Charge carriers are moving per unit volume. Throughout the volume there are which are available electrons only moving, free are available that are only moving, which are tightly bounded with the nucleus that are not moving. That's what you say the total number is moving N per unit volume it is. The charge carriers per unit volume small n is equal to capital N by V. Therefore volume of the conductor A into L, from here L is equal to A by V, that is V by A, volume by area. And drift speed, or speed is nothing but a distance by time, that you say length of the conductor by time. So from here Vd is equal to L, you replace with the volume by area, but we know calculate the T from this, T is equal to volume by A into Vd. See V is the volume here, and current definition Q by T, but we know Q is equal to capital N into V, it is a quantization of a charge. Therefore I is equal to capital N E by T. So now here you replace with a T, because T we know, so that here Ne by V by A into Vd. then you cross, this will come up capital N E A V D by V. Capital N by V is nothing but a small n, therefore I is equal to N E A into V D. Therefore drift speed is equal to, cross multiply this, I by N E A it is, like it is we can say. This is the relation between drift and current. Suppose I want to say J is equal to I by A, no? Yes, in terms of current density also we can say it is NE, like this, because I by A is nothing but a current density. So that here drift speed is equal to J by NE. J by NE. These are the relations related to what it is about electric current and drift speed, and about a drift speed and current density. Drift speed and current density. Is it okay now? So this is the relation, and you go through this relation. On the basis of this we have the problems also, some other applications also is there, that I'll tell you in the next class. Is it a, this is the relation, right? And you go through the relation, and you today only finish this relation, because on the basis of relations we have some problems in our material, right? So this is the today's class, and thank you very much. We'll see in the next class.